ACORN is falling under more scrutiny than ever. Now a top official in Indiana says he believes the community activist group went too far in its push to register voters. Let's go to our correspondent Drew Griffin of CNN Special Investigations Unit. He's working the story. This official calling, Drew, for a criminal probe?
Absolutely. Based on his own probe, the Indiana Secretary of State has not only found ACORN submitted hundreds and hundreds of fraudulent registration forms, but Wolf is now asking for investigations by the U.S. Attorney and the local prosecutor for possible felony violations by the group. As we reported 3 weeks ago, the ACORN voter registration drive in northwest Indiana was fraught with problems. More than 2,000 voter registration forms turned in by ACORN were no good. Many handed in with the same handwriting for multiple applications, a few dead people registering in that famous Jimmy John's sandwich shop. That was causing incredible amounts of extra work for election officials and the potential, they said, for possible voter fraud if they didn't catch them all. Well, now the Indiana Secretary of State says his review of the ACORN submissions leads him to the opinion ACORN did indeed break the law. In a letter to the U.S. Attorney, the FBI, and Lake County prosecutor, Indiana's Republican Secretary of State Todd Rokita says, our preliminary examination of these 1,438 voter registration applications reveals significant credible evidence the organization, its officers, agents, and employees through direct action, conspiracy, or inducement violated 4 Indiana state election laws, violated Indiana's racketeer and corrupt organizations law, violated federal election law. ACORN has defended itself in the past, saying it is required by law to turn in all these registration forms, fraudulent or not. Well, the Secretary of State says if ACORN knew they were fraudulent, it should have turned them into prosecutors, along with evidence as to who committed the fraud, and says, simply put, complying with the law to submit legitimate applications does not allow ACORN officials to evade the law against knowingly submitting fraudulent applications. Now, Wolf, in response, ACORN sent us a statement through a public relations firm detailing its procedures in Indiana, admitting there were problems and that the group even shut down its Gary, Indiana office for 3 weeks. But the group insisted followed the law in Indiana and says, as with all of our work, we defend our quality control procedures and look forward to cooperating with the Lake County Board of Elections to prosecute those who have defrauded us. The U.S. Attorney in northern Indiana will not make any comments on this, and we have yet to hear back from the local prosecutor in Lake County, Indiana, to see if indeed a criminal investigation of ACORN is underway.